I was scrolling Reddit like I do a lot of the times and came across this rant in the Black Girls subreddit saying, "What is our excuse for having so many kids?" She says, "We know what birth control is. We know the consequences of sex. We aren't stupid at all. I'm getting frustrated every time I see and hear about our women having child after child out of wedlock and struggling. Baby shower after baby shower and no weddings. I know mistakes happen, of course. Just frustrated with every other black woman I meet being single moms of 2+ children. We and our children deserve so much better." And then I guess after she got a few who is we type of comments, she said, edit. "When I say we, I'm just addressing the group. Of course, not all of y'all are single mothers with multiple kids. Weird that I have to explain that." So this is what I said. Accountability and responsibility aren't group projects. So asking us what's the excuse for the group is ridiculous. Second, the birth rates are going down in our country, even in the Black woman demographic. I watch birth rates consistently. Some of us aren't having more than 2 kids. The average age of first-time moms is moving towards 30. I'm not sure what you wanted out of this post, but do you usually find yourself making excuses for random people even when it doesn't apply to you? Like what did this person expect going and saying, "What is our excuse?" Like, I'm not going to sit up and make excuses for random people that I don't know doing things that I didn't do. That sounds stupid. And before I move on to one of my favorite comments of the day, I just wanted to show you all my new stylized Reddit avatar. So just in case you're ever looking for me and want to jump into my inbox or share a post with me or tag my name on Reddit, here I am, Bourbon Bougie. I'm literally on there. People get so confused when I jump in the comments and say, "I'm using this post." They're like, "Oh my God, I watch your videos." But this is me. I'm here and I'm consistently scrolling Reddit. So I was scrolling the comments and this one jumped out at me. This is my new play cousin, Rad Black Girlfriend. She's saying, "Why are you ignoring that by birth rate, we're actually pretty much at replacement, considering we only account for roughly 15% of births. And actually, we're all below replacement in this country, even Black women." She says, "We are not having so many kids. We're having about the amount expected for our demographics size." Now, then, the real question for me is, why don't we talk about community building and mother-child well-being outside of demanding Black women adhere to patriarchal heteronormativity that has failed women on a global scale? Because we are currently at replacement. A lot of the developed world's birth rates are tumbling, and it has everything to do with a cultural reluctance to reassess gender roles and their intersections with capitalism. I told you this woman's comment is it. She says, "What can we do to make the lives of mothers and children easier? Maybe mommunes." And then she posts this New York Times article that was talking about mommunes last year. This came out last year. Single mother household co-living. That's what it was talking about as far as the mommunes, if you want to look it up. Maybe joining up as a community to agitate for universal health care, adequately funded public education, and affordable housing that would make having and raising children more beneficial to our communities and the greater republic. No? How about the fact that despite some of us knowing how birth control works, many Black American women and girls are still socialized to view their worth or value through either abstinence or child rearing, a second or third world mindset in the first world country? How about the over religiosity? How about holding men accountable for responsible sexuality while browbeating women? I'm sorry, how about not holding men accountable for responsible sexuality while browbeating women? Now, this part that I circled in yellow is going to make you clutch at some pearls. She says, "Honestly, I think you're frustrated because you're a crypto conservative thunder, see you next Tuesday, who finds it easier to bash other Black women than actually analyze the cultural and economic undercurrents that contribute to us giving birth at checks notes replacement level." Let me say that one more time. "I think you're frustrated because you're a crypto conservative thunder. See you next Tuesday, who finds it easier to bash other Black women than actually analyze the actual cultural, and economic undercurrents that contribute to us giving birth at checks notes replacement levels. I will say we are less than replacement levels right now. She continues, you're not taxed enough where their well-being is your genuine concern. Our social safety net is practically non-existent and will become even more so over the next 4 years. There is literally zero reason to go after the unmarried, and the only reason is because it's socially acceptable to do so. Most single Black mothers are working class, not even working poor, and they need you to help. They need you to help federalize healthcare, education, and housing, not to whatever the F this is. This part. I love this part. Get effed disrespectfully. She says, edit it. And by the way, I'm child free, so I'll gladly pay more taxes to help another woman who took that burden off my hands. That's called being a citizen. Foreign concept, I'm sure. I love this woman's energy. I love this woman's energy. Then Geeky Renai says, Crypto conservative thunder, see you next Tuesday, who finds it easier to bash other Black women. Absolutely took me out. Me too. Me too. She says, but you're so right. I don't know where these folks are getting this information, but it feels more like they want a cookie for hating Black women, more so than being the solution or change they want to see in the world. Absolutely. And then Rad Black Girlfriend, who's my new play cousin, says, I'm just sick of it all, to be honest. I've watched these barely literate, attention-starved twats permeate every Black women's space, and it's annoying. They contribute nothing but moist breath and mold, just as their mothers and grandmothers did before them. But they're Black, so, we're supposed to give a and be nice or whatever. No, F them and F that. We are literally at the brink of collapse as a country. We need each other more than ever as citizens. I'm done in 2025, and I hope other Black women are too. They'll seek to isolate us in whatever ways they can when we're all part of the same class struggle and we all contribute to this nation. And then Geeky Renai says, couldn't have said it better myself. I'm exhausted by the respectability politics and obsessing with the choices of Black women. Like, come on, give me something new. How many posts per month are we expected to read damning single Black women on a thread that's supposed to be a safe space for Black women? Right. Especially as we watch the trend line for child-free Black women go up, and child-free Black women get bashed as well. Black women who are traveling get bashed. Black women who have pets and plants get bashed. Where can Black women sit and just be free and enjoy some girl time and just talk and have fun, instead of having these types of conversations consistently thrust at us? I'm disgusted, just like my new play cousin. And then we get Black women that start regurgitating Black manosphere talking points, saying stuff like they say, talking about the Pookies and Ray Rays, because they want to have the cool girl persona, the I'm better than them persona, that mean girl persona. And like this woman says, they can get effed. F them and F that. Join the conversation. Let me know what you think about this post. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. I love a good find out season story. I love when deadbeats get exactly the same kind of energy that they put into the world when they abandon their children. They deserve the exact same support, love, and care that they gave to their children as they were growing up. The children should say, this is my field of Fs. You see, it is barren. That is what they deserve. They deserve to whittle out in the cold, hungry. That's the care they deserve. In my opinion, I believe strongly in matching energy. And that's just my editorialization before we jump into this story. She says, am I the a-hole for refusing to take in my estranged father after what he did to my mom and us growing up? And to that, I say no. No, you're not the a-hole. I'm totally sure he deserves it, but we can actually read the story first. Okay, here's the story. I, 29-year-old woman, grew up in a household where mom was both mom and dad. My father left us when I was 10 after cheating on my mom multiple times and eventually moving in with another woman. He never paid child support or helped financially, leaving my mom to work 2 jobs to make ends meet. We struggled a lot. Sometimes we didn't even know if we'd have food on the table. For years, my father made no effort to be part of my or my siblings' lives. He didn't call, visit, or even send a card for birthdays or holidays. It was like we didn't exist to him. As I got older, I built a life without him and stopped expecting anything. Recently, I got a call from my older brother, who's 33, who told me that our dad is now broke, sick, and living in poor conditions after his second wife left him. He's asking one of us to take him in and care for him. My brother declined because he has a family of his own and can't take on that responsibility. He suggested I might help since I don't have kids yet. When I said no, my dad called me directly for the first time in years. He said I was being ungrateful and heartless, claiming he's still my father and deserves compassion. He also tried to guilt me by saying he regrets his mistakes and just wants a chance to reconnect. I told him he made his own choices years ago and can't expect me to step in now. He called me selfish and accused me of holding on to the past. Some family members agree with him, saying it's my duty to help him because blood is blood. I can't bring myself to forgive someone who left us to suffer when we needed him the most. Am I the a-hole for refusing to take in my estranged father? Your father and those family members who agree with him can get effed with a cactus, with alcohol lube. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That is what I'm thinking. Because if they didn't have anything to say to him when he left children alone and made the mother work two jobs to support them, then they get no say now. Blood is blood is such BS. It excuses his behavior. He earned the consequences of his actions. Allow him to feel it. Don't rescue him from his consequences. He deserves this. He deserves to be sick and alone. He deserves it. And yeah, I will be okay with when someone says that you're heartless on this. I will be like, okay, because he deserves it. Children didn't deserve it, especially since they don't ask to be born. This man deserves it because he chose to walk out on these people. Why should they have a heart for him? Let him live in his consequences. Please stop rescuing people who didn't do anything to deserve it. Nordenfeld says, agree to take him in as soon as he has paid all of his mandated back child support, including interest. Usual Canary says, hey, Dad, you abandoned me 19 years ago and didn't bother contacting me. I understand that you regret your mistakes and I empathize with you. Now, please allow me to make the mistake of abandoning you too. If you are around in 19 years, we can share stories around our regrets and compare notes. Thanks. But the thing is, she's not abandoning him because he left. This man is basically dead to her. This man is basically like a stranger, or he died when he walked away. So she doesn't have to abandon him. She just needs to keep it status quo. Just leave it the way it is. Isabella says, at the end of the day, forgiveness and reconciliation are personal choices. You're not obligated to forgive your father or let him back into your life, especially if it compromises you. Hoisted on your own petard says, you don't owe him forgiveness, but did he even truly apologize? OP words that others use to insult you like selfish are not necessarily insults. 1, you don't have to be selfless ever. 2, you can choose the beneficiaries of your generosity however you want. There's a vast difference between petty bean counting and deciding not to open your home to a father who didn't even care if you went hungry or lost your home as a child. Exactly. Camilla Celestial says, yeah, you don't owe your father anything, and you have the right to set boundaries and make decisions that are in your best interest. This is one of the reasons why men are going to have to create for themselves the Old Man Mojo Dojo Casa House. They're going to have to create a place where old men who abandon their children can come together and commune. They can come together and commune and have a place to live and figure out who is going to cook, clean, definitely clean, and, just have some other human in their vicinity, especially when they're old and unhealthy, so that someone can call the appropriate people when they drop dead because their family won't give a damn. That's where I am with these people. Deadbeats, they're down there. They're very, very low in my opinion. I look very lowly on these people. Anyways, join the conversation. Let me know what you think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. The wanting or needing a man at all costs vibes has got to be deprogrammed from women. This was posted in the 2X chromosomes subreddit. She just titles it My Turn. She says, I need your with you vibes. I posted a bit about my LAP, living apart partner. He is hard. We used to live together. Now we don't. He's a Trumper. We avoid politics, homeless support, and I realized there can be redeeming qualities in jackasses. Tonight, I was complaining about how medical offices always call you when you walk away from your phone, explaining how I got up for 1 second because a coworker had forgotten her coat to rush to the front door to give her her coat. And of course, I got a call. He said, "Why didn't you take your phone with you?" I said, I just wanted to give her her coat." He said, listen to this. "Why didn't you say that, you stupid? See you next Tuesday." I hung up. 25 years now. I texted him and said, "I don't deserve that. I don't call you names. Don't call me names. Honestly, no one deserves that, much less people you say that you love. So much history and experiences and shared family things over these years. And I'm 69 years old. It's not like I could find a new relationship." And that's the part I really want to come back to. I'm 69 years old. It's not like I could find a new relationship. And she's saying this about a man who said, "Why didn't you say that, you stupid? CUNT." Why, like, is being single so much worse than being with somebody that will call you names over something so inconsequential? Is being single that much worse? Okay, she continues. "He does a lot of things for me around my house, fixes stuff, helps me out. As my son says, people can be a jackass and still have redeeming qualities. Anyway, sorry for going on, but that's how we kind of do here, right?" Okay. Um, okay, one thing. There is an app called TaskRabbit. You could put in your address and find a tasker that could help you out with furniture assembly, cleaning, helping move and pack, pretty much anything. All you have to do is pay for it by the hour. You don't have to accept insults or somebody who is a trumper or a jackass. Like, if you have a job, you can afford to pay someone by the hour to do some things to help you out. I just hired someone to put together my daughter's toy kitchen because I wasn't going to sit here and do it. And it was $93 and it was well worth the money. So please look into TaskRabbit versus accepting someone calling you a stupid "see you next Tuesday." Please. That's just my advice. The woman at the bottom, Practical Spell, says there are things much worse than being single. Wire Spectacle says, "What a wild thing for him to say. I've literally never heard anyone speak that word except for maybe in movies. That's like a nuclear level insult. And to just throw it into a random conversation is so out there that I would never engage with this person again, let alone the rest of it. You can hire people to fix stuff in your house. You can talk to your friends and go on outings with your friends. All of those people will treat you with respect. Don't underestimate the negative effect it has on you to constantly be around someone who doesn't respect you. Even if you don't consciously feel it bothering you, it's not healthy to be absorbing that negative image of yourself." And to that, the OP says, "That's true. My sister and brother-in-law just straight up said that's why they don't come to my house when I saw them last month. My brother-in-law said that I'm a different person if he's around. He said, usually you're so fun and funny and full of life, but if he's there, it's like you measure every word you say and you're so careful. If your family is saying that, then maybe it is time to get rid of that person." Wrong Faith says, "OP, your loved ones are telling you that they notice you have internalized and normalized the abuse that this man subjects you to. Kick him out. He's unworthy of a relationship with anyone, especially someone who is naturally happy and sunshiny. Sounds like the people that know you can easily detect that he stifles or kills that side of you. I wish you luck in swiftly ending things with this emotionally stunted abuser who is not ready to be in a mature relationship." Murdered by Squirrel says, "Holy get out, get out. If you can't be you when you're with this guy, then what is he for? What is that relationship for? You will be so much happier without him. Miss Deluxe says, this is just so sad and awful. You deserve so much better. Okay, I'm going to end that post right there. I'm going to end it because most of us just want to break up with him. He's not worthy. We know that. I am going to give a palate cleanser message that I got as I was sitting here prepping for today. This woman sends me a message to my Instagram saying, one of my female colleagues is very assertive and a hard worker, and one of her male underlings told her, I'm sure you're the man in the relationship. She was quite confused because one, none of his business, and two, so what? So I'm talking to her at the time, and he comes around trying to rib us and says it again, and she's at a loss. So I turned around and said, she's a successful manager here in the company. Why would she want to go home and have to manage a man because he can't hold his own nuts? We don't deal with that kind, her and I. And then they start laughing. His surprised Pikachu face was priceless, and I could see the other people in desk nearby smirking. I thought of you and instantly wanted to share. It makes me so happy to see these types of things being used in everyday life. Talk to men, say, hold your own nuts. And that means make them do the things that they are supposed to do for themselves. Pull back. Do not give your time, energy, and resources to men, and make that expressly clear. That's why I hold your own nuts. It's so concise. It makes them think. It made him have this shocked Pikachu face because this is where we are right now. We're pulling back energy from them and we're pouring it into ourselves and other women and girls. So I thought that you all would enjoy that. I enjoyed it when she sent me that. And I thought we definitely will always need these types of palette cleansers. Hopefully you all enjoyed that. Join the conversations. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.